What's something embarrassing you're willing to admit? The first time I went down on a girl, I had no idea what to do, so I just lapped at it like how a cat drinks water, to my advantage. It was the first time she had been gone down on, so she didn't know what to expect and enjoyed it anyway because she had no basis of comparison. When I was 13, I wrote a pretty detailed Naruto fanfiction. That wouldn't be so embarrassing except for that fact that the details included me and a character who was 26 playing strip poker, among other things. Here's where I really fucked myself over. I then decided to print the story out so I could read it later and make edits. However, I decided to bring it into the bathroom to read while I took a bath and left it in there when I was done. My dad found it and read it, and let's just say he was not happy with the writing content his 13-year daughter decided to pick. Edit. I'm glad you find my ghosts gold worthy. Hopefully this didn't bring up too many painful memories for anyone. I never knew the spleen was a real organ. The name sounded so silly to me that I thought it was a joke. When did I find out it was an organ? In med school. Edit. A lot of people are asking why I didn't learn this stuff in pre-med. I'm not American, so we go straight into med school. Stuff like anatomy and physiology forms the first year of med school for us. I accidentally emailed you up to my entire 900+ person office at 11 AM on a Tuesday. Edit. We have this company internal Facebook forum type website. I thought I was commenting on something only my friend could see as a joke. Turns out the forum was set up to send out email updates when someone gave positive feedback, so when I give him the feedback of you up, it blasted the whole building. My record for beating off in one night was 15 times. I was at my grandmother's house. She went to bed, and it was the first time I had solitary access to the internet. Oh, to be 14ish again. The best part? I didn't know about deleting browsing history because I didn't have the internet at home. Not sure I've ever wanted to die as badly as when she taught me how to delete it in front of my mom. I didn't know alpacas were animals until I was 27. I thought alpaca meant made from llama hair, much like wool is made from sheep hair. When I was young, I didn't know the difference between getting laid and getting laid off. Had no idea that these things are completely different. I would use them almost interchangeably. So, when my dad lost his job one year, the next day at school I went around explaining to all my classmates, "Yep, things aren't going well at my house. My dad got laid yesterday." The first time I ever spoke in public was a debate competition when I was 13. I pissed myself in front of teachers, peers, opponents, other schools, judges, and any other descriptor for a person in that 200-person audience. I was embarrassed but decided that nothing more embarrassing would likely happen if I spoke in public again, and now I have no fear of public speaking. I had a tendency to get super obsessive over my crushes growing up. Total lovesick, I will straight up marry you right now obsessive. I went the whole 9 yards. Extravagant love letters, I love yous, you're perfects, angsty writing in my journal, weird photos and music video montages, dreaming and daydreaming, yeah, all the cringy creepy stuff. I was a lonely kid with a lot of feelings and an emotionally abusive home life. I didn't stop until one girl legitimately thought of me as her stalker, in a quasi-endearing way. That's when it hit home for me that my idea of love was wrong. And you have to get to know someone to have a relationship with them. I have a scar on my penis from jerking off. It got a little rug type burn on it, and being a teenager I couldn't wait till it healed to jerk off again. So it took a long time to heal, and now I have a scar. I told my girlfriend that it was from a zipper accident from my youth. My girlfriend and I became a long-term thing, and I didn't want to keep the truth from her. Finally told her and she made fun of me, but now we have been married for almost 9 years now. I have a terrible fear of mixing up bathrooms. Before going in one I'll check several times, is the triangle pointing down, etc. Sometimes I'd even walk out of one after a couple steps to recheck the door, and yet sometimes I mix them up. I always tell this story when this question pops up. When I was in the 6th grade, my friends used to call me a dildo all the time. I used to hate it, and get so pissed every time they did. Crucially, I didn't know what a dildo was, but I had a sneaking suspicion that it was a penis. So close, yet so far. I didn't realize my error until one fateful day. when my friends once again decided to call me a dildo during PE. In my anger, I shouted, "At least I have one, I'm 30 years old." And to this very day, anytime I see one of those people, they inevitably bring up the fact that in the 6th grade, I shouted that I had a dildo. Physical education at school. We had to do this thing where you lie on your back with your legs in the air. You then move your legs in a pedaling motion. I was chosen for a demonstration. Alas, I was wearing boxer shorts. Imagine how embarrassed 12-year-old me felt when my right testicle popped out to say hello. As discreetly as I could, with about 30 people watching, I tucked it away. When it was mentioned afterwards, I just denied that it had happened. Denied it repeatedly in the hope that everybody present might just decide they were mistaken about what they believed they saw. After I bungee jumped 4 years ago, I am terrified of hybrids, towers and even mountains. Everything went fine, but I can't shake off the feeling and I am scared that I will suddenly jump from them. I'm not sure if I'm over my ex. It has been 4 years and she has already married someone else. Edit. Funny thing is she dumped me because she thought I didn't care. Well, joke's on her. I dated this girl for like 1.5 years in high school, having dated someone before her. I was not a virgin, but she was. At the beginning of our relationship, we didn't do anything more than grope and make out until one night I went over there to watch some basketball with her parents and their neighbors who were having a little party. I get there and after about an hour of her hinting, she tells me to go to her room with her. We start making out and she undoes my pants and goes down on me. After a couple minutes she stops abruptly, then just suddenly vomits all over my dick. I guess she had eaten Italian earlier that evening because there was red sauce and noodles all over my groin. She flipped out and ran to get a towel while I just sat there in disbelief. I stood up and politely went home to scrub pasta sauce out of my pubes for the next 3 days. Surprisingly, that wasn't what made us break up. Whenever I think sexual thoughts, I sneeze. It has gotten to the point where if I ever sneeze, my girlfriend just gives me a stare and says no. I have smacked my face on our glass door and the side window of vehicles so many times my husband thinks I need a helmet. How it happens? Something will catch my attention. My dog's barking. Hearing the cat food bowl get knocked over, my husband pointing at something as we drive by, and I'll overly excitedly go to press my face against the glass to see. I do it every damn time. Husband also likes to find candles for me to smell in the store because I somehow smash my nose onto the wax or nearly bust my lip on the rim of the glass while I am holding the candle. I used to think whoever fucked harder in the relationship while having sex determined the gender of the baby, which makes no sense. I got my first iPhone about 7 or 8 years ago. It was the 4, I think. The first to have Siri. In a hoe. I was listening to a lot of hip hop at the time and the phrase I chose say to Siri was "I love it when you call me Big Papa." For those who don't know, Notorious Big, now you know. Siri asked me if I wanted her to call me Big Papa. Why the fuck not? I thought. So this event totally left my memory until about 2 years later when I was looking for an email I had sent from my phone. I found it and was horrified to learn that it had been signed off from Big Papa. Everything I had sent from my phone in those 2 years, including job-related emails and even applications, had been signed off from Big Papa. During rec baseball when I was 7 or 8, I had to pee really bad. I even told my coach, but he said I was up to bat. I should have struck out, but I got on base. I couldn't hold it any longer and pissed my pants on second base. I once sat on a red pastel crayon in middle school. I was wearing white pants. This was nice, thank you. When I was like 13, I grabbed lotion out of my mom's bathroom to jerk off with, and it was some weird fake tan shit that turned my dick a weird tint of orange for like a whole month. That was really stupid. Edit. Thanks for the gold, I don't know what it does, but I'm eternally grateful. I had the nickname Blue for a while. It was short for Blue Light Special because I got lost in a Kmart when on a Boy Scout trip. I was like 11. I was watching a movie with my parents when I was 7 and heard the characters talk about porn. I asked my parents what it meant and they didn't tell me, so I looked it up on our family computer. This was around Christmas time and I got so scared I wouldn't get anything for Christmas because I looked it up. So I wrote a letter to Santa apologizing. He wrote me back and said it was okay. The next year I realized Santa was my parents. It still keeps me up at night.